as we talk about management for the sugarcane aphid, one of the things that is important is knowing when to make insecticide applications. And so having a threshold to use to be able to make decisions on when to make treatments is very important. When we started out in 2015, the sugarcane aphids kind of overwhelmed everybody, and applications were being made too late, and so they weren't getting good control because the infestation was already at really high levels. So we decided that we'd adopt a threshold that was developed by LSU, and we kind of adjusted it for our particular situations. And this threshold that we're using is based on the percentage of the plants that are infested at different growth stages. And that allows an individual to go out there and scout the field and look on individual plants, and if they can find an aphid on that plant, he doesn't have to count the number of aphids. All he has to know is whether or not the plant is infested or non-infested. And then he counts the number of plants and he counts those that are infested, and he comes up with the percentage of the plants infested. And so you go through the different growth stages from pre-boot to the black layer, and early on our pre-boot and boot stages is when 20% of the plants are infested, and the flowering and soft dough is at 30% of the plants infested. But you don't want to wait also until you have too heavy a numbers of aphids, because that's the reason why we put in there at the boot and the flowering stages that when you don't want to go over that 50 aphids per leaf, because whenever you do that, you will probably put you in a situation where it's going to be hard to get control.
That's absolutely right. This aphid, trying to control it, it's when they get rolling really well, it's like trying to stop a 100-mile-an-hour freight train on a dime. It's just really impossible to do. So I think these thresholds at that 20% or 30% level, that's a lot more likely and capable to get out ahead of this aphid and stop it in time. As we get into that dough stage and move onto a black layer, though, the plants really can tolerate a lot more damage when we're talking about just keeping the aphid out of the way of the combine, really. So that tremendous amount of honeydew that they produce doesn't clog up the combine, cause harvest issues. But prior to that point, we're looking at 3 out of 10 plants having substantial aphid colonies, and not a whole lot more than that.
But what's important is that you need to be out there scouting.
Absolutely.
You need to be checking it as early as you can and do it as frequently as you can during the week.